I'm the first sale, so I got both of them. So
did you like them?
I'm gonna love them. Yes. Okay.
I hope you
have
love
both.
them.
I'm gonna talk about it. I'm obsessed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Getting them?
Good luck.
Thank you. I hope you love them.
I will. See ya. Okay, guys. Gag. We just left Dossier to get Allyiahs scents. I got both of them. And we met her. Gag! Double, triple, dipple gag that we met her. So, I'm so excited. So excited. She's so sweet. And also, I was the first in-person sale. Me. God is so good. I'm so alive right now. I don't know what else to tell you. So yeah, let me use my GPS and get to where I have to go. We'll talk more about these things together in a bit. But right now I need to get my ass to work. Hi guys, welcome back. Brand new weekly vlog. My name is Brandy if you're new. If you're not new, I love you. If you are new, I love you too. Labor Day is tomorrow. It's Sunday. The vlog already went out, so you guys got that. And we're just gonna spring right on ahead into the next season. There's no reason I don't feel to dwell on summer, honey, because we have had one. Oh, have we had one over here. Just home around the apartment. Yesterday, we hung out with our friend Franco, which you saw in the vlog. That was just the perfect way to end the summer to me. Sometimes you need to reconnect with people, and we've never lost connection. He just moved to the Hamptons, so he's been living in the Hamptons for about 5 years now. And Franco was my friend that I would call every day, and like we would go to one of those places or like go to the bar in the neighborhood. We lived walking distance from each other, so we just really had a really close friendship for a lot of years. And I'm so glad that he drove up here to visit me yesterday and spent the day with me. So, you know, and more to come, because once you reconnect, you know, you get that energy that you miss, and it starts happening again and again and again and again and again. So we'll see. It's Sunday here. I just washed and twisted my hair out. So fresh twist, fresh wash. Girl, my hair is coming out right back here in the back, and it came from that bun. My hair will come out with tension. That's why, like, I have to wear it messy. I know, I read the comment in the last video where one of my subscribers, again, I don't know why y'all do this to me. I don't know why y'all, my people, well, not all of y'all, a couple of y'all, I don't know why y'all do this to me. It's like, and I'm not reading you, sis, but you know my ethos, you know who I am, you know how I wear my hair. Like, it's like you all of a sudden wake up one day and just decide, oh, I don't want to see her hair like that anymore. So let me tell her that. It's been a whole year. We talked about this already. We talked about my hair. We talk about it so much. I wear my hair natural. That's what I do. That's what I do. I don't know why you don't like it. I love it. It's so pretty. And it's me. Why do you want me to look like everyone else? Your comment told me that everyone else has nice hair and you wanted mine to be conservative. I'm not conservative. And I think my hair looked nice too, but you just excluded me from the bunch, so. But girl, enjoy the vlog and let's move on ahead. I want to show you guys some things I got from Marshall's. I stopped at Marshall's. What is today? Sunday? 2 days ago? Thursday I went to Marshall's. I got a few things that I love Marshall's, so. And then I ordered a new coffee table, so I wanted to like see if I could find some things to go on it. Wasn't that much success, but I did find these coasters right here. Oh my God, they're from Global Market and they are 100% raw marble. Look at that. And I think this color stone is such a good contrast to the cream and beige of my apartment. And I also have that plant holder back there that's just like this, but that one's stone, this one's marble. So I was looking at my apartment from the front door the other day and I was like, you know what? There's a consistency here. My chair at the desk is like dove gray. My bed is dove gray. And everything else is like this kind of like nude color. So I'm gonna implement more stone, more natural marble, and more wood pieces. And this is a good start for that. I paid $7.99 for these, not a bad deal for 4 of them. Was thinking about coffee the other day. I had to take it out. So I told you guys before, like the way I like to do my, I like Cafe Bustelo. But if I'm not drinking Cafe Bustelo and I'm drinking a bougie coffee, I don't like it already grinded up. I like it in the bean version. And then I take those beans and I grind them myself in that mini coffee grinder that I have before putting them in the coffee machine. And that's how you get your fresh coffee. So I wanted to get something to put them in. I don't know that I'm in love with this. I don't think I love the wood top. I'm sure I can find something a little more chic. But nevertheless, this can be used for something around the kitchen. And for now, it will be used for the coffee. And this one was $4.99. So another great steal. Another thing I got was a salad bowl. Now, I have been wanting a salad bowl for, 2 weeks ago I was eating a salad in a small bowl and I was like, girl, you need a salad bowl. Why are you eating out this small little bowl? Mix your salad up in a big bowl and be bougie. And be that girl. So that's what I did. I bought myself a salad bowl and I think it's so cute. This color green matches all of the tones of my place. And that's what I'm going for. I want everything to be like matchy, but also like tasteful, if that makes sense. So you can see like the Van Gogh right here. It's a color out of the Van Gogh. It's also green like these plants. And there's not a lot of it. So when I think about artwork and like other trinkets and stuff, I need to consider this and that stone color. Don't they look so cute together? So yeah, so this is a salad bowl that I'll be eating my salads out of, making my salads out of. And you never know, girl, when I have company over or, I'm cooking dinner for 2, that is a cute little piece of dishware to be pulling out. And it is authentic from Portugal. Portugal, see there? Yeah. Yeah. And then, I also got these hooks. The black hooks for my shower curtain. Right now I have the rusted gray ones that I use in my old place. I love them, they're fine. They were hella expensive. But my curtain rod is black, my out furniture is black. You know what I mean? Like I feel like what color is I don't know what color my drawers are in the bathroom. But I know all of my counters and stuff here are black, my knobs are black. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get black. Oh, the bathroom, the tiles on the back wall is black actually in the bathroom. So I was like, let me just get these. The idea was that I needed some shorter because the curtain, so I have that linen curtain for the bathroom that is the right size, but the hooks are so long that the curtains are longer than they should be. And I wanted something shorter to like make them come up a little more, but I don't think these will be that, but we're still gonna use them. They were $5.99 and they're from Mode Full. Here you go. And these are just some basic curtain rods, curtain hooks. And then the last thing that we got from Marshall's was some drain cleaner. This is by a brand called Plink, and they're tablets. So you just put that tablet there, and I imagine it fuzzes up and it goes down. And so I was like, oh, this looks really cute. I should try it because, you know, the drains. But then I was reading it and it was like, this is really good for like gnats and flies that will come through your drain too. It has something in it that keeps them away. Don't know for how long because I imagine this runs through the drain, but let's try it. And you can also use it in a bathroom. It says clean any drain, so we'll see. And how much did we spend? We spent $35. $35, darling, for all of these things. I'm telling you, at CB2 you would have spent $150. At West Elm you would have spent $150. Girl, at Amazon you would have spent a good $80. Like, just go to Marshall's. Just go to Marshall's. We're getting ready to take the dogs out for a walk. Come on, Summer, get out of there. We're gonna take them out for a walkie walk, and then we're gonna cook some chicken legs and some potatoes, stew style. I'm gonna get a watermelon, and then we're just gonna be here. Happy Labor Day! Woo! Happy Labor Day! And happy Monday for everyone that's working hard out here, trying to make it in this world. Going to work 40 plus hours a week, trying to live the life that they see for themselves, and a lot of us who are just trying to get by, you know, get by with what we have, bills and whatever. Everyone who's just trying to make it through. So anyway, happy Monday. I'm so happy to have this day off. I'm having an iced coffee from my refrigerator. This was a pot of coffee I brewed the other day, and I'm down to 1 cup a day now in the morning, whereas I used to have 2. And I'm just trying to wean myself off of coffee if I can, but I had to grab this because my head is pounding. And it was doing the same thing yesterday, actually, to be honest with you, but I didn't have coffee yesterday. So I was like, you know what? I kept thinking it would go away, but I was like, no, today I'm not gonna suffer through it. So when I tell you this is so good, and I am not an iced coffee girl, but this is nice. I think it's like, if I brew it at home, I guess it's good, but like out, it's like, it's not. This is great. And it's not a cold brew or iced coffee. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, you have to, like, cold coffee is this. It has to be done a separate way. You can literally brew a pot of coffee on your coffee maker, put a cup of it in the refrigerator, come back the next day or 2 days or 3 days, whatever, throw some ice in it and throw your milk, and I think you're good. Yeah. So I'm just home today. I was thinking about going to the Labor Day parade on Eastern Parkway, but not gonna do that. I think it's a lot to go over there. I mean, it's fun I don't know what I'm gonna do today, to be honest with you. But right now, I feel like I'm gonna chill 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 6 here watching Summer House on the couch with the dogs and my little sheet. So we're just like chilling. I made some food yesterday. I did not come back yesterday because I was watching the ball streaming on TV. And shout out to the Face Queen. Our good sister Face Queen did so good yesterday. Oh my God, I'm so proud of her. Just like a timeless staple of a beauty. also like just a beautiful person. And I feel like she represents what we miss, you know. I think especially in beauty, I mean, you know, I'm not in, you know, especially like just the thought of beauty in general, a lot of times it comes with like this air, you know what I mean, like this stuck up sort of like snobby air. And the face queen is not like that. She's just like so down to earth, real, and it's amazing to see like actual good people winning these days. Winning, it's good to see them winning and succeeding and doing their thing. It's an amazing thing. Ooh. I have to get a new ice maker or new ice tray, because that thing makes blocks that big, you know. It's not cute in a drink glass. It's not cute in here. You can't swish it around like you like. But I can feel my headache slowly just going down, just easing down. I also thought about getting an ice maker, but who wants an ice maker? No. There she is. She's at it again, y'all. There she is. Look at her. She's look. What are you doing? You gonna say hi to everyone? Do this until the camera gets on. I swear, Lucy is some kind of angel. She is. Her spirit is angel-like. Hi, Summer. Come on. Her spirit is so angel-like. Honestly, sometimes I'm praying. I'll get on my knees in my bed and pray, and she will come sit right on top of my head and like get into the prayer. Like I'm praying, and there's never a time like that she does that, you know, except for when I'm praying. I have to show you guys one day. Like, I don't want to fake pray for you to like see it, because I might not even work. I feel like when I'm praying, it's the real deal. We're talking to the energy. We're talking to it. So, and I think she's connected to that somehow. But you know, we're all spiritual beings, you know, and these animals definitely have their own little spirits and energies, and they're connected to something too. But this little angel right here. So I think I told you guys the story about how I got Lucy May, or how it even came about. For those of you who've been here for a while, if you haven't heard it before, I'm going to tell it now again because I love the story so much. Summer is about 9 years old now. 8 years old, 9 years old. She'll be 9, and she'll be 9 soon. I got Summer, I was new in New York. I had been here for like maybe a year. I was so you know, New York is one of those places where if you go outside into the world and everything's happening, it's really what you think it is. There's really a lot going on all the time. And when you go home from that, and if you're caught up in it, like working and just trying to figure out who you are and like trying to find your way in the city, when you go home from that, it's just really like this quiet little box. And it was tiny, and it wasn't like nice or anything. It was just like, oh, you know. And it can be. And then I was like, at that time, like I didn't have anything really. I moved to New York with my clothes, you know. I didn't have any Well, I moved to New York with my clothes, my bed. Oh no, I did not move to New York with my bed. Actually, I moved to New York with my clothes. I can't remember, to be honest with you, but I don't think I had any furniture when I moved to New York. It was just like my clothes and maybe like a few things, but nothing really. Yeah, going into that, and I wasn't making a lot of money. Like, it was hard. Like, my rent was so expensive. I was like, oh my gosh. I was literally at that time working just to pay my rent. And I was like in debt because I had already had debt. But I was like, I still have debt. But like at that time, like, I think right now I gotta fix it. I'm working on that. That's my new goal, to like wipe my debt completely out, get ahead while I can in life so that when something comes up, I'm able to rely on my credit versus like be afraid of not being able to like answer to it. So anyway, I was in debt. I was spending my credit card all the time, just doing things, making the minimum payment, to the point that my credit card had just got like to the point where I had reached the limit. And I was just making payments. And I might make a payment and it might come down a little bit, but it wasn't enough to like, what did I do secondly? What else did I do for money at the time? I don't remember, to be honest with you, but it was a lot going on and everything's so flashy. Everyone had like so much fashion. It was just so live. Everyone's always going to drinks. It was just like, I remember a time when I did not have money to buy myself food to eat in New York. Like, I remember that. And I was working for a company where I was getting tips at that time. Like, really rely on getting cash tips if that came through. But most people didn't tip in cash. Most people tipped on a credit card, and you were not getting that until your check came around. And so, yeah, it was a lot. And I really, this is when I say like how much I know God, because I really just had to rely on God, and things always worked out. Gosh, I'm spiraling. I'm so sorry, y'all. So I was like just hella depressed, living that life and then going home. And you might be like, well, why would you get a dog? But I was also very, very lonely. And for me, that was the root of everything. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I had a purpose. I saw people with their partners, with their dogs, with their friend groups and all of that stuff. And I was just kind of like, I have nothing. I don't have anyone. And so I was at the Stonewall Inn drinking in West Village one day, a happy hour, because that's what I used to do after work because I wanted to meet people. And I left, and when I walked past, there was a dog store next to it called City Pups. And these dogs were in the window. These little white fluffy dogs were in the window. They were puppies. It was the cutest thing. It was around like the holidays. And so I went in and I left with Summer Pearl that day. And I got home and I was so excited to have her. And then the next day I was like, oh my gosh, I have a dog. And I was just so like, I don't know, there was like a heavy, empty weight that almost felt doubled because I felt like, oh my gosh, now I have like more responsibility. And it just it was something I've never felt before. I hadn't had that feeling before. But it also made me feel like I was excited to have her. I was excited to have things to do other than going out trying to meet people. And I was excited to get home to her. I was excited to get, do all the, it made me hustle harder. And, I always say summer changed my life because who knows who I would have become in that depressed state if I had not, like, she came to me the way that she did for a reason, because she actually really did change. She's challenged me a lot, but she actually really changed my life. And I'm grateful for that. So fast forward years later, the pandemic happens, the world shuts down. I'm not working for 2 years because we're shut down in New York City for a long, long time. And it was just me and Summer all the time, every day. And it was great. But then when it was time for me to go back to work, she got so depressed. She wouldn't eat. she was just laying around. She had like no, it was really, really sad. And the vet, they were like, she's depressed. She needs to get on some antibiotics or something. Lucy's playing with that toy, so you're gonna hear some noise. And I just was like, I don't know. For me, I personally have experienced a lot of depression and in the past, and every time that I've been put on like a medication, it has made me like very like mute, almost like took my entire personality away. B, made me feel like on drugs or something. So I was just like, and so I personally don't like those methods for myself. So I was like, maybe she's lonely. Like maybe this is the story repeating itself, because it almost felt like me when I first came here, and then I went down this spiral of like, well, she's a dog, like she's never really had another dog to be around. And I wonder, if she needs that, like, because I knew during the pandemic, something changed in me where I knew that my life was going to change. I knew that I was going to go for something completely different than I have done in the past, and that wherever my life was going to take me, it was going to be better than it has been. And so I knew that like I wanted her to have someone, like another dog, that she can communicate with, that she can have a relationship with, because I'm going to be hustling, right? And I have. That's how we've gotten here. We've done all these things. And so I got Lucy May. I went and got Lucy May, brought Lucy May home. And Summer was not having it at first. She did not want to be near her. But Lucy has just always been this bright, bright light in our life. And so fast forward, now they're best friends. She started eating, she started playing. In fact, she's more of a dog now than she has ever been. Like she has more like, she's happier now than she's ever been. And I credit that to getting Lucy May. I don't recommend that for people who think that they want to have their dogs to have another dog, because I do feel like dogs need to be in the company of other dogs versus just us. But it's a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot of sacrifice that you're going to make, and you just have to do it if you love them. And I'm so happy that I've been chosen to do that. And I often think about it too, like, what am I going to do if, something comes up? But at the end of the day, we've always been blessed. God has always made a way. I don't think that that'll ever change. And then I go down the rabbit hole of like, what about when you're old? I, as a single person, can't think about that, right? I did not come from money. I do not have parents or anyone that I can ever fall back on right now in life. And so I'm just living a single life. I'm a trans person who is not going to be able to have kids. And, these are things that I've accepted. So at the end of the day, whatever situation I get in, I'm going to have to figure it out, and getting old is not promised to anyone. So I can't just like sacrifice and like, I will do the most that I can, but like, I can't just not live as much as I can currently because of like getting old, especially because there's no one to like, there's no kids or anything to like create another life for. Really, it's just my life that I'm living. I don't really want to not do as much as I can for myself while I'm here to actually live in it. It's hard to do because that's what I'm aiming for now in life. Like, I want to have my best life, and I'm actually able to live in it versus like try to plan for the future. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we shouldn't plan for the future, because we absolutely should plan for the future. I'm just saying that it's easier for me to splurge on my dogs, or like have the lifestyle where I can get their haircuts and cook for them and like do these things now, because like I don't have kids that I need to leave money for, or that I need to put through college, or that I need to like do any of that stuff for. And I also don't have any parents or anything like that that I'm gonna have to take care of as they're older. You know, I'm kind of in this one-off situation. I'm sure there's a lot of people in my situation where you just are living your life. And it's very sad. That comes with a lot of emotional trauma. Don't get it wrong. And you do have to like wake up in that and sometimes feel like, wow, this is where I'm at. But at the same time, you know, you can go to dinner every week if you want to. You can buy yourself an expensive pair of shoes if you want to and feel guilt-free about it, because, you know, at the end of the day, life is going to play out however it's going to play out. You know, there's nothing that you can do other than ride the ride. Like, we know that life is life, you know, life is going to life. And we can't really predict it. You know, we cannot really predict it. You know, I told you guys back in way back, maybe 6 months now, my biggest challenge is living in fear. And that's something that I'm working on. I've actually been working on that internally to where I'm here now too. You know, like, things are just gonna be, you know, I get afraid sometimes of like, especially with like my work and stuff, like I get afraid of like when something's going wrong, I have a complete internal panic attack. Internally, I panic so bad. I'm like a sitting duck, honey. I'm looking pretty, but inside, those little feet, they're just like, I am going, but it's all below the water. And I don't necessarily want to live like that. You know, I see people who have this carefree sort of approach to life where they're like, oh, whatever, I'll figure this out. I'll do this, I'll do that. And then they just go for it. Or they just make these decisions and they're always figuring it out, you know, and I want that. I don't know how to get that. I think that's just a part of personality, or however you get that. I wish I had that. I'm working on having that. I just feel like if I can get a blanket of money in my bank account to where as though no matter what happens, I'm able to rely on that to get to the next place, I'll be good. But the problem is it's so hard to do that when you started from nothing. And maybe it's just a lack of experience or a lack of awareness when it comes to like understanding it. I'm very ignorant to like how to make my money work for me, because like I don't have any access money. So there's always fear around that, you know, like I gotta pay my bills on time. I gotta do this. And I've cut back a lot on spending my money on things. Like that's why it takes me months to buy a coffee table. But at the end of the day, like, should I even be worried about that stuff? There's people who are like, oh, I got it. Let's do it. We'll figure the rest out later. Anyway, I hope that made sense. I just sat here and rambled for a whole 20 minutes. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We 100% went to sleep yesterday and rested and stayed on that couch. We 100% took yesterday to chill. You know what? When your body tells you you need it, then girl, I don't know if you should disagree with that, because what I've learned after my 20s is that you will 100% suffer after you, like, I'm telling you, like 29 is like, that's it. When your body says, you have to say, and y'all know I am queen of pushing. But I think, and this is why I tell you guys, I'm just lotioning the back of my heels because they look a little ashy. And I'm wearing those Mark Nolan too small shoes today. So I'm gonna put some socks on just to get them going, but I'm definitely wearing them today. I was like, you know what, let's pull the Band-Aid off. If you didn't see them in the last vlog, these are those Mark Nolan clogs, pony hair. They're in my size, but I guess they just run really, really small, so my feet is hanging over the back. But there's no shame in my game. I love these shoes so much. Like, if it was a shoe that would have my whole foot enclosed and it would be hurting, I wouldn't wear it. Sadly, I would have had to return them. But because they won't hurt at all, I was like, well, I love them a little too much to send them back, and I got the last pair, so we'll see. Sometimes shoes wear in, you know, like I have gotten shoes before that were tight. Oh, they were tight and they hurt, but I loved them so much that I had to wear them. Eventually they just kind of wore in, so I'm hoping that these will too slide in a little bit in the front so my foot can just like to the front of them. But if they don't, we'll be okay. We're gonna head out and go to work now, y'all. I'm really excited about this week. For some reason, I don't know what, but whenever I feel like this, I know God has a plan. So, I don't know if I can wear these. My feet are sliding off the back of them, that's for sure. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, they're cute, but it's not meant for this fit. I mean, and by sliding off, I mean, they are sliding off, girl. Shoes are too small. No matter how you skin that cat, these shoes are too small. I want to wear them though, but I just don't want to be like a fool. Damn, I wish to God I could. So, I mean, I don't know what to do. They are just too small. That's honestly. Let me try it without the sock, because that, you know, that sock might make a big difference too in a too small shoe. Yeah, they look a little better without the socks if I'm honest with you. That means my pants are gonna have to be down super, hold on. Super low. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wear them with my pants down really low. But you know what? I'm gonna wear them because I definitely want to see what they're gonna give and start the process of breaking them in. If you see with the pants really low, they look cute, but they have to be like on the bottom like that. It has to get very like masculine, which I love. Okay, I do love that. They are a little too floppy off of the feet. So I am going to tighten them up. I thought they were too tight at first when I put them in that last hole. But honestly, if I'm going to keep them on, they have to be in that last hole because otherwise my foot is just, and it could just be the width of my foot. Honestly, because this looks like a wide shoe, but on the inside it is very narrow. Yeah, I think I might have to keep them on tight like that because that will 100% help. I just don't think this is a well-made shoe, to be honest with you. I just think the sizing itself is off. The way that I mean, I'm sure if you have a small foot and your foot just slides in there, that's good. But I don't know about me. They're not a well-made shoe for me. Anyway, I'm feeling like I can't wear these. No, I'm feeling like I have to return these. I'm feeling like I have to return these. There's no way. There's no way that I can wear these. They're too small. All right, guys, we took a little detour this morning. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not like I have extra time because I don't, but I don't have any water at the office, so I'm gonna stop at Whole Foods and get a couple of liters of water just so that I have for like a day or two. I realize it's really important for me to drink water now. So, well, I've been knew that, but like we were using a Brita at work, and then Dr. Alicia told me that we shouldn't be using a Brita because it has like chemicals or something. I don't know. I didn't do the research. I just like was like, okay, well maybe we don't use a Brita. But like that, I think that that's something we should know. You know what I mean? Like I go back and forth about all of these things because I just wonder, why are things able to be out here for us to get if it's harmful? But I realize that's just the way it goes. September 2nd. I was kind of expecting it to be a little cooler, but it's humid. So, what do you do? What do you do? One thing I want to say, we always have like, I don't know if you're like this too, but like having an idea, always having new ideas, and you know, you can feel sort of like the connection to the idea and execute and creating a plan sometimes, even if it's not in full, can be exciting. But somewhere along the line, we are not able to execute it. You know, even if you get started, a lot of times we get started on stuff and, you know, we're doing good. And then next thing you know, we just fall back into an old habit or something, and then we never execute it. I know that it takes like a lot of, there's an energy, I call it duet. There's an energy of duet that you have to get something done. It's like a determination. It's like I'm going to see it through no matter what the challenge is, no matter what the obstacle is. Duet, right? D-U-W-I-T with a capital T. And then we get lost. We get lost. I know I do. I know there's so many times that like I'm on the mission and then boom, you get lost. And the thing about having duet is that you are you're like consciously holding yourself accountable at every different turn of your thoughts, because when we don't follow through, it's not like we remember that we're not following through. You know what I mean? You ever have like full intention to do something and then all of a sudden you just lose it. Like and then you're so far gone in your normal routine that you look back and you're like, how did I start that a month ago? Do a whole week of it and then all of a sudden like just lose my momentum. Hold on guys, let's get through the working crowd that is walking by. And then you just lose your momentum. Like, how is that possible? It's just, you know, look at this bus trying to get through. It's so tight, it's gonna try. Okay. I guess he made it, but he held up traffic. So it's like, how do you get there? I don't know. It's a lack of duet. That's me and some goals that I have. I am trying to get to something that is so hard to get to, and I try to rationalize the challenge with the concept of if it was easy, everyone would have it, because that really resonates with me. I've heard that so many times, and I can apply that to things. Like, if something was easy, because everyone wants it, you know, if it can't be easy to get, if everyone wants it, you can't look at things like people just got things. It's a process. Like, you see people and they're just so effortlessly in it, and it's like, they've been working hard for a really long time. And then the viral people, you know, they have their moment, and then they're sort of like, that consistency, that duet to keep going doesn't really stick. But anyway, let's head into Whole Foods. I have been rambling. I'm gonna call this vlog The Ramble in the description. It has to be referred to as The Ramble. One thing about this Whole Foods is it's so gross. It's gross. Like, I've been to neighborhood grocery stores that are so much cleaner than this. So, remember we were here last year and the watermelons were bubbling because they were that old and fermented, and we went over there. The sizzling. standing there. It's crazy. The woman just standing right there in front of the thing like nobody's coming out. People do that, and like honestly, sometimes I just want to bump them, and honestly, like that's the New York way. If you ask many people who live in New York, they say you have to bump people who do that. I've never accepted that being like just the way. I personally believe you should never put your hands on someone in any capacity, you know what I mean, without consent. Like a stranger, you should never touch a stranger, no matter what. And I get that that's the New York way, but we're on the highway, we're on the West Side Highway, so it's gonna be a little loud. But my personal opinion is you should never, ever, ever violate someone's personal space with your body or your hands or anything like that, and like aggressively bump or push them. I can't subscribe to that for so many different reasons. So I've never been that person. I'm not gonna say that I don't want to sometimes because of the situation, like that circumstance. Like she is in the exit, the entrance to exit, standing there technically with someone, just blocking the whole thing, unaware, and you hear my shoes. I have on these Gucci slides. You hear them when they're loud shoes, you know, the floor. So it's an echoey situation. And it's the morning, so it's not a lot of ruckus. How I don't subscribe to the idea of like ever touching someone. I do think there are situations where people, you know, like that's the, I just don't know. Like I would probably be one of those people, one of those parents who's like, never hit your children because I don't think that you should. Never touch another person because I don't think that you should. There's no reason why one person should touch another person, like never. And it also, like, although I'm low on patience sometimes, like my like attitude and like anger and all of that stuff is in check. I think it exemplifies like that stuff too. But I do know that this city will push you to the point of like you will lose yourself, you know? You would lose yourself. Now imagine if, you know, you had somewhere to be and she was just standing there, whatever. Like I could understand, like, so for me, I think it's all very confrontational, but if I have to choose, I would rather be the person that like confronts them with like a look or saying something, you know what I mean, like that, versus like push someone. Because you cannot just be out here pushing people. You just can't. And they say that New Yorkers are so trained that they won't like do anything when you do that. And I see it. I've been bumped. I have been bumped for no reason. I think people are just on bumping, you know, missions. So I know that it happens, and I didn't do anything. But I just don't believe that if you bump the wrong person on the wrong day, might not work out the way you think it'll work out. So anyway, I got my yogurt and water, and I also got some granola. So that'll last me a couple days at work in the mornings. And that way, like when I have these like days where I'm not working 10 hours, that I don't really have to buy lunch. I can just go home and eat. So that's where I'm really grateful for that, because that's like really what I want to do, especially as we go into the fall. Like eating out is done for me, honestly. Like I've had enough dinners and hangouts and all of that this summer. The only thing I haven't had was a brunch, so I will do a brunch at some point, but eating out is done for me. I'd rather go out and have like, I don't know, a dessert or something with a friend, or a glass or two, but like just going out to dinner, I'm kind of done with that for now. This next season is called Getting It Right. So I really want to pull out my book and start writing a plan to get my life in order, pay my bills, get my credit cards paid down, get my taxes paid, because y'all remember I have that extension and it's coming up. So get that done, recuperate my savings from that. Yeah, we have work to do, and I realized that doing all of that work is really going to help me. It's probably because I have this tax thing standing over my head. Like, it's really sad because no one prepared me for that. I never knew that that will be the case. And furthermore, I never foresaw myself being in a position to where as though they will be telling me I owe them money. I'm like, how do I owe you money? Like, you take your taxes out of my paycheck every time. Like, have you missed that? They're like, I was talking to the tax guy, and he was like, yeah, but you have to put aside extra money for things like this. And I'm just like, but why? I don't understand that. No one told me that. Like, if you know that you need this amount of money from me, why don't you just take it? It feels like you're intentionally trying to set me up to end up paying more money to you in fees and stuff, because, like, girl, I don't have that kind of money just sitting around. Do you really think that I have that kind of money just sitting around to where as though when it's time to tax season come, it's like, oh, here you go? No, so what is the option? Like, I have to have an extension. Thank God for that, because otherwise they would be like penalizing me, which would even add more money to the situation. So I'm just like, I really have to figure that out. And it's, you know, listen, I get it. You know, you might be tired of hearing me talking about being single, but let me explain something to you. A single person with no children who does not own a home, you're in the worst position financially. They see you as a taxable human. You will get taxed the most. All of the things that would prevent me from being in this situation right now are the things I just listed. If I was a parent, if I owned a home, if I was married, I would not be in this position right now. In fact, they probably would have been giving me money back, for sure. But no, I'm single, I am not a parent, and I don't own a home. And so I am the most taxable. I just don't understand how that works. That to me makes no sense at all. You would think that, and I get it, like, that's just how it's set up. But that's when we talk about the patriarchy and how it's set up. In which world does a single person become the most vulnerable financially to the government? When, if you're married, there's two of you. So that's even like, it's easier for two people than it is for one to come up with money or to figure out a situation. But no, you get a break. And why is that? Because it's built on a system where women are not designed to work, where men are supposed to be the breadwinner and taking care of the home. So the break is geared towards the man, because when this system was in place, women were home. They didn't go, you know what I mean? That's what it's designed for. Yeah. That's exactly what it's designed for. So, a lot of people now getting married and stuff just to be able to save their money. It's not a bad idea, if I'm honest with you. I don't know if I would marry just to save money, but you know, if you're in a relationship and you know that this is the person and you might not love them all that much, Why not save some money? Nah, I don't think I could do it either. Hi guys. It's about 3 o'clock. Nice little coffee shop. I headed to Trader Joe's to get some food, but I know I had mentioned to you before about the coffee beans that I love. So I had to make a trip to the Lower East Side to a place called Ludlow Supply Coffee to get some coffee beans, and I'm gonna show you those beans when we get home later. And here's the thing, things have been changing so much lately, so I'm optimistic, but I'm not like sold on the fact that they'll be the same really good beans that they were before, because we used to come in often to get them because we spent a whole lot of time down here. So we're hopeful, but we're not sure. Got a nice big bag, and we'll see in the morning. We'll try them out and we'll see. I remember them being just like the most perfect amount of like taste and caffeine that I've ever had, honestly. Like, I literally to this day will say that Ludlow Coffee put something in their coffee. And I don't know what it is, because that stuff, woohoo. Hey guys, we made it home. It's late though. We did a lot of walking. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys that I started tracking my steps and calories, and I doubled my day today. So that's how much walking we did. I burned 374 calories, 11,817 steps, 4-mile distance, 11 flights of stairs. That's what living in New York will do to you. So here's the coffee. I said I would tell you guys about the coffee. This is from Ludlow Coffee Supply. Oh my gosh, it is so good. So, I don't know if you guys saw the last vlog, but we got this in the last vlog. We're gonna change this out because I actually don't love this, but this coffee will go in here and it'll live somewhere really cute. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna make a salad in my new bowl, get a shower, twist my hair, do my skincare, get something to eat, chill out and have some me time for at least an hour, and then go to bed and get ready for another day tomorrow.
In my dreams, I'm never over you. Just trying to stay